Welcome to the realm of magic and mystery, classic horror and sci-fi. You are now entering the House of the Unusual podcast with your hosts, Eddie and Joe. Welcome all you cool ghouls and friendly fiends to the House of the Unusual podcast. I'm your host, Joe Pavlansky. With me, as always, are my good friends, Eddie Guevara and Chuck and Cheri Caputo. Everybody, what's up?
Hey, hello.
Hi, everyone.
How are you, Joe?
All righty, I'm doing fine, man. I'm a little sore. I just got done playing some hockey, doing some practice, so my legs, everything hurts at this age.
Oh, poor baby.
I would say back in my 20s, I'd be able to handle it, but now in my 40s, I'm like, what the heck am I doing? I should be laying on the couch watching TV and
That's right.
eating chips. But it was a good workout today. I went to the gym for an hour and then played hockey for an hour and a half. So
nice.
Good for you.
You meant it when you said it.
I gotta keep up with these young kids, man.
Yeah.
You meant it when you said it a couple of weeks ago. I'm going to buy a hockey stick and I'm going to play. So you meant it, huh?
Yeah, I tell you, I've been playing a lot. I've kind of, because my workouts for a while, I was gearing them more towards, strength training. And Chuck, you said you used to lift, heavy a lot, right?
Yeah, you know what? For quite a few years I did, and in the last couple of years we've been working out. But I go much lighter now. I just get a little bit of resistance. I don't really push it. But yeah, back in my 20s and 30s, I was really into, I guess, what would be powerlifting.
Yeah. See, I've been doing a lot of heavy, and it doesn't go well when you try to lift heavy and then go on the ice and you have to be quick, agile, and all that. So I've kind of been, looking at different workouts, and I have to go, like you said, I have to go a lot lighter with my weights and do kind of more like sports specific type training rather than just going in there lifting heavy weights and leaving.
You know what? I think that's exactly it, Joe. What you got to do is just get some resistance, but you got to stretch and you got to keep agile. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I tell you what, I did today at the gym. I did about 30 minutes of stretching. I've been trying to stretch a lot more, and I tell you what, man, if you get a good 30-minute stretch, I mean, I was drenched today, just from stretching.
Wow,
it was tough. I didn't realize how tight like my hips and back and everything are until I actually tried to stretch. I'm like, what the heck am I doing?
I tell you what, both of my shoulders are tight and my hamstrings are like steel cables. Yeah, I have to stretch them. It's ridiculous. It really is.
Yeah.
What? Yeah. How old are your fellow hockey players that are with you? Are they your same age or around your age?
When I go during the week, it's like it's called just stick time. So it's pretty much any age could go out there, and it's basically like an open practice. You go out there, skate around, shoot. Sometimes if there's some guys out there, we might get like a 2-on-2 going. But on Sunday mornings, I play with a group of guys. It's pretty much 40 and up. I might be the youngest guy in there. Everyone else is pretty much over like 55.
Oh, there you go.
Well, that's good news. Hey,
it's not too bad, but you see some of these guys, and they're in their late 50s, early 60s, and if you didn't know it, they're on the ice like they're 20 years old.
Wow, I'm impressed.
And and they've been playing for years and all that. So I'm thinking like, okay, I'm 41. If he's doing that at 60 or 65, I have no excuses. I got to get my butt moving. So it was nice motivation, for me. I went this past Sunday and played. I got off of work 6 a.m. and then played 8 to 9:30. And I tell you what, I was hurting so bad. I was hurting so bad I couldn't sleep because my legs and my hips and back hurt so much. And I said, man, it was like one of those good, Chuck, when you get like a good workout in and it hurts, but you're like, man, that's a good pain,
It's good. Yeah.
That's a good pain.
So good.
That's how it felt. So I was happy with it. I skated today. I did a little bit of drills, and I'm still a little sore. I'm going to work with a skating coach. I'm hoping tomorrow or Friday to work on some hockey stops because I'm having a lot of trouble with that. But
well, that's good. You're doing good.
Yeah, you know what? It's a nice it's a nice break from just going to the gym 5-6 days a week, lifting heavy weights and then leaving. I'm getting my cardio in, my stretching, and it's making me move a lot more, which I think at our age, we start getting, especially you start getting above 30 years old, you start, people tend to start slowing down. So I don't want to, I don't want to get into that mix. So
Joe, it's kind of an unfair advantage you're giving these guys. You're, a younger guy, come on, man.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, they had the unfair advantage, man. I wasn't. There was one guy, he was probably in his mid 30s and early to mid 30s, and you could tell because he was just all over the place. There was no stopping him, and I said, "Yeah, I'm not there yet."
Well, you'll get there.
So, yeah, I tell you what, it's a nice mix of it's nice to mix it up and get out there and met a lot of good friends. A lot of new people, and what's really nice is there's a lot of high school kids out there too that are 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 years old, and they're playing hockey. So it's nice to talk with them and hear their stories about how they got into it, and different places they play, and just some of their stories and all that. And then on the other end, you hear these guys. I met a guy who I can't remember his name, but he played professional hockey in the 70s. And then he played for a couple of years, got out and went into the military. And that's kind of how we started talking. But, to hear his stories and a lot of these older guys' stories on how they started, it's pretty cool because you got two different, generations. They're probably separated by a generation or two. So, yeah, it's really cool meeting a lot of good people and just having fun. That's the name of the team.
I tell you what, hockey is a great sport. My dad was a big hockey fan. And out here in
really?
Yeah, and you know what? Out here in Pittsburgh, hockey's big, man. The Pittsburgh Penguins, I mean, that's very, very big. Yeah, and my sister lived up near Philadelphia. I think the Philadelphia Flyers are out there. Yeah. They're very popular too. But yeah, Pittsburgh is big on sports. The Steelers, the Pirates, the Penguins.
Yeah, Pittsburgh is definitely hockey town, man. We went to a game, maybe about 7 or 8 years ago. I took me and my wife, and she's not a big sports fan, but she absolutely loved it. She goes, "This is the best time ever." I said, "Hockey games live are the best." So we're going to try to make an effort this year to go. I do have the Youngstown Phantoms that play. They're like I think a Tier 1 junior league,
right? Which
I believe is 16 to 21. And one of the guys from there, they just got drafted to. Oh shoot, I can't remember. Might have been the Penguins.
Wow.
He was originally from Manitoba. I believe that's Wisconsin, and he played for the Phantoms. And, yeah, he just got drafted. He went somewhere in the first round. So, yeah, it's pretty cool. But we're going to make an effort to go see some hockey games this year. So
nice.
What's going on with you guys, Chuck and Cheri? What's new out there?
Oh, we've been keeping busy. I've been doing some shows. I just wrapped one up yesterday, and you know what? We've been going to a lot of parties. I mean, it's like really.
The weekend.
Yeah. This weekend we had. Let's see, one of her nurse friends, her daughter graduated from high school, so we went there. Then we met our sons. Our youngest boy Nick
for his
birthday turned 27. We went there, and we went swimming the other day at his house. He just bought a house, and I tell you what, it's a really cool place, and we're
really proud of him.
Yeah, we're very proud of him. You know what? It's a built-in swimming pool actually, and everything. So it was neat, just swimming around and catching some rays and stuff. So we've been kind of chilling a little bit.
Yeah, and Saturday was Chuck's niece's
oh, that's right,
50th surprise birthday party.
Yeah, so that was
fun.
Yeah, that was kind of cool. So we went to like 3 or 4 different parties, man. We're all partied out,
You guys are like party animals, man. Reliving your college days.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on here. It just happened all at once. Yeah. Oh.
Well, that's cool, man. It keeps you moving and all that. How the show's been?
Good. You know what? Pretty good. It's not as busy as it was last month, but that's okay because I got a lot of stuff to do. I was cutting grass earlier today. I was out there in this heat, and I was cutting some grass. So there's stuff to do around the house when I'm not, when I'm not working. There's always something to do when you're in a house.
Are you guys is it raining out there by you guys now? Because it's storming by us.
Oh, really? No,
it's sunny.
Yeah, it's actually sunny.
Nice.
Because I'm looking at the weather map. It's coming across the Youngstown area, and you guys might get a little bit, but it might go also a little bit north. So check your weather. Maybe in a couple hours or so, you guys might get
maybe when we're in
this rain.
Yeah.
Yeah, so good. Well, that's good to hear. You guys have been active and keeping going, partying down like some crazy college kids and all that. Good.
Yeah, I'm telling you, we're too old for this. I got to watch my hip.
Yeah, got to keep the body, mind, and soul young. So yeah, good deal. So Eddie, what's new with you, man? You've said you had a crazy day today, and congratulations on your son graduating his class. So tell us all about it, man.
No, it was phenomenal. Right now, I was actually putting together the book that Chuck just put out. It's he goes around the cemetery. He carries the tombstone. He does a couple of laps around the cemetery. It's called Chuck's Summertime Walks. Everything's been okay, man. A little tired. Haven't gone to bed yet since yesterday. So I'm just looking to do that pretty soon after the show, I guess. And other than that, Joe, I did get the flag today. It's in the post office. The pirate duplicate flag that I've been anxiously waiting for. Cool. I haven't gone to pick it up. It's too late now because I'm going to bed.
Yeah.
But that's one thing I'll be doing tomorrow morning. That's for sure. I'll probably get up at 4:00 in the morning and wait outside the post office door.
Sounds good, man. I still have to send you something. Before I forget, I was supposed to send it last week, and it's been a crazy couple of weeks. So I'm going to try to get it out this week. Hopefully. It's been nuts. I'm so backed up on mailing out a lot of stuff and getting to the post office. So
me too.
Be on the lookout for that. And, hopefully it'll go well with your flag and everything. But so what's the topic for today, guys? We kind of left it open, and there's wherever you guys want to take it today, man. It's kind of like a free for all. So you know what? We're going to put Cheri on the spot and say, Cheri, what do you want to talk about today? What's been burning on your mind?
I'll tell you what's burning on my mind.
All right.
The movie Double Door. Loved it.
Joe, did you really? Oh, great. You watched it.
I liked.
You actually watched it.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh. Yes.
Did you not want to kill that lady, the
from the beginning,
matron of the house?
To the end. Yes. She was such a tyrant.
Oh,
such a bully to her sister and her half brother, and she tried so hard to put a wedge between the half brother and his new wife, his new bride, and it just shows that love endures all, right?
Yeah.
But the ending was poetic justice, wasn't it?
Oh, it definitely was, and I tell you what, the actress that played her, I'm looking up online now. Her name was Mary Morris. Did she not do such a fantastic job of just being just an evil household tyrant of a matron of the house, and just I wanted to reach in there and just choke her to death.
I don't know how many times I was saying, stuff her in that door, choke her. Oh, it was horrible.
Boy, how about those eyes on her? She looked like Bela Lugosi almost.
Yeah, really. And I felt so bad for Ann Darrow, who was played by Evelyn Venable. She was such like a sweet lady and trying to do everything she could.
That was so sad.
Yeah, and then what's her name? Who was the
sister?
The sister, yeah. Was that Caroline? I think it was Caroline, played by Anne Revere. She was like, felt so bad for her because she was just so timid, and you had like some PTSD from Victoria and all that.
Yeah, Victoria, that was her name.
Yeah, they locked her up in the thing in there. She thought she was gonna die, and oh man, just crazy. That movie was crazy.
I liked it. If it's murder and mayhem, that's right up my alley.
Well, I'm glad you enjoyed it. I was hoping you guys would watch it. What did you think of it, Chuck?
Yeah, I'll tell you what, it was really good. You know what? And I was glad the old lady got locked in the room at the end, and
great.
And she let out a yelp, like a scream.
Yeah,
you would think there'd be some kind of a fail-safe, like an emergency thing to open it up. I think in the bat, I think there was like an emergency type of like a lever or something in there, wasn't there? There was a hidden room.
Yeah, I believe so. But yeah, I was thinking that too, because supposedly in the story, the guy who built it, he used it as like a quiet room.
Yeah,
right.
Father
so if he was in there to sleep using it as a quiet room, he would have to close that door. Mm-hmm. How would he get out? There would have to be a failsafe in there, unless he knew where the fail-safe was and nobody else did.
That's true.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that is true. I didn't think of that. There could have been a hidden
because
thing,
he was very into hidden passages and hidden panels. So I'm wondering if he had it hidden in there and he took that secret to the grave with him.
That's true.
I tell you what, that doesn't sound like a bad idea. You know what? I'm tempted to knock out a hole here and put a room somewhere. And you know what? If you don't like somebody, stuff them in there.
Soundproof room.
Yeah. Hey, man, I'm Italian. You know what? People just.
That's right. Yeah. Awesome. So, Eddie, did you get a chance to watch it?
No, I didn't, Joe. I have it on the thing there. I was gonna actually try to watch it tomorrow night because Chuck mentioned that it was good 2 or 3 days ago, and I'm like, I'm gonna watch it tomorrow, but I guess they beat me to it, and today my hectic day didn't really give me justice either, you know.
Yeah, make sure you watch it. It's great. It's not long. It's only an hour and 15 minutes, but
an hour and 9 minutes, I think.
Yeah,
it keeps you it keeps you in the movie because you want to see, Victoria. You're like, she has to get her due. She has to get what's coming to her, and you're just waiting for it.
Yeah.
I love the whole scenery through the house. It just looked really cool.
Little Victorian type home,
very old house, but well kept with butlers and maids and everything. It was a cool movie. Really, neat.
Really good. We have to watch it again.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind watching it again.
That's surprising. That's very surprising for an old film,
Yeah,
I'm reading this on, and I didn't read this before on Wikipedia, but I'm going to read it verbatim here. It's very interesting. It says the film was adapted from the stage play of the same name by Elizabeth McFadden, which was opened on Broadway in 1933. Both Mary Morris, who played Victoria, and Anne Revere, who played Caroline, reprised their stage roles for the film version, so they actually were the originals in that.
Wow.
And the characters of Caroline and Victoria Van Brent were both loosely based on the last surviving sisters of the Wendells, a powerful New York City family who resided in a large mansion together, 7 siblings in total, all unmarried, in isolation for most of their lives. Wow. So that's pretty interesting. I might have to look up, do a little research on the Wendells and see about them, but I that's really cool that Mary Morris and Anne Revere reprised their roles in the film, and they were the originals on the stage.
Yeah, that's amazing. Yeah, wow.
Yeah, so I'm glad you guys enjoyed that movie, and we got to get Cheri to watch a real monster movie like It, the Terror from Beyond Space.
The one monster movie that I really like is the Goon from the Black Lagoon. That's my favorite monster.
Oh, the creature from the Black
Lagoon. Creature, sorry.
The Goon from the Black Lagoon. I like that one. That's a good.
Yeah, that would be a good title. I think she's talking about one of our neighbors, the Goon.
Yeah. The Goon from the Black Lagoon.
He's such a cool looking creature.
Cheri, you're gonna get the biggest backlash from people that love the creature.
So sorry.
The Goon.
The Goon from the Black Lagoon. Everybody that's Cheri Caputo out there, you could email her at.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Send all your hate mail to Cheri Caputo.
Don't hate on me.
You know what, Cheri? There is a film I think you're gonna like a lot, and and I know Joe probably would say too, but there's one called The Guy with the X-Ray Eyes.
Oh, yeah,
it's a pretty good film. It looks like an I Dream of Jeannie backdrop on that. But it's really cool. You know what I'm talking about, Joe, right?
Was that from, I think, 63? I think that's, X the Man with the X-Ray Eyes from 1963. It was by Roger Corman.
I believe so.
Do you know that one?
Yeah, it does look like, I'm looking at the poster right now. It does look like a hypnotic, like he's got the X-ray glasses built in his eyes because he could see people's bones and everything.
Right. But I think it has a setting like I Dream of Jeannie plot, like where they have the hallways. Like
we'll have to check it out. It sounds familiar. I think.
Yeah, the X-ray guy with the X-ray eyes.
Yeah.
I'll mess up.
Goon with the X-ray eyes.
She always messes up titles.
Or we could do the Goon from the Black Lagoon with the X-ray eyes.
There you go.
That's a good one. That's a brand new product.
Hey, I got a cool pack of playing cards. Maybe you guys might be interested. And I got it. I just got it in the mail the other day from Abbott's Magic Company down in Colon, Michigan. I think they're having their Abbott's get together right now as we speak. It's a really cool place. But anyway, it's a 3D deck of playing cards. It's like a spooky deck of cards. It's called Screams at Midnight Playing Cards. And it's on their website. If you go to abbotsmagic.com, or if you can't find it, then just Google it, Abbott's Magic Company. It comes with a 3D pair of glasses and everything. It's pretty neat. Like all the graphics pop out at you. There's the Joker is holding a playing card in one hand, like a miniature card, but then the other one it's gone. So you can make the selected card vanish and so forth. So there's a lot of possibilities with this.
What is it called?
It's called Screams at Midnight Playing Cards. And if you go on Abbott's Magic, you know what? It's actually for sale right now. So I just got that in the mail the other day. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, he was sitting there checking out the cards with these glasses on, 3D glasses, and I said, "Do you need to have those on to do the trick?" And
well, I mean, it does enhance it. If you have a spectator put it on, I mean, things pop out at them. It's kind of cool.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So check it out.
And correction on that Colon get together.
Mm-hmm.
That's in August.
Oh, it's in August.
Yeah,
okay.
I think that vent is going on in
Kentucky.
Kentucky.
The Vent Haven Museum has in Fort Mitchell, Kentucky.
I think that's going on.
That's going on right now. I would like to see that, God willing, someday. That would be kind of cool, you know, to go there. They have a night where we were like like anybody could go up and like perform a brief ventriloquism act. You know what? So I'd probably volunteer to do it. It's like I think about a 5-minute act you can do.
No, Joe, I'm not as dummy.
Boy,
that's next.
Boy, she's tough tonight, huh? You better watch I'll send a goon after you.
Yeah, it's just send the goon from the Black Lagoon with the X-ray eyes after me.
Exactly.
the X-ray with a 3D pack of playing cards.
Yeah, pack of cards.
Oh man.
Oh, that's great. That's funny, man. Yeah, it's all. I tell you what, when people mess up movie names, you could really get some cool names out there, man.
Oh,
I was listening to this one podcast, and they were talking about different names, and every time they come up with a cool name, like, oh, that would be a good heavy metal band name, or that's a good rock band name. And it's always like these stupid things. So we could do like we can make our own band, the Goon from the Black Lagoon.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Yeah.
The Goons from the Black Lagoon.
The Goonies.
Yeah. I like that one. You know what? The one woman in the Black Lagoon, I guess the woman main character, she did almost like synchronized swimming, and that was kind of cool. Yeah, she was really talented.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. What the heck was her name?
Dark hair.
Yeah, she had dark hair. I can't remember her name.
I got her autograph and I forgot her name. It's crazy.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to look it up because it's escaping me. Julia Adams.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah, Julia. She just passed away. Not too long ago.
I think I read that. Yeah.
You know who passed away too? Larry Storch.
Oh, your buddy Larry Storch. Yeah, he was 99, huh? Oh boy.
And so did James Caan.
Yeah, James Caan died too. Yeah.
Losing a lot. I knew when we lost Betty White that it was all over, man. People
were
stopping.
That's true.
You know who's still hanging is Dick Van Dyke.
Yeah.
And Angela Lansbury.
Yeah, they're both
really.
Yeah.
I think Dick Van Dyke's 96, maybe 95.
Oh, Angela Lansbury. She's got to be up there.
Got to be up there.
Yeah, somewhere around there. Somewhere in her 90s.
Old back in the 80s.
Yeah, when she was on Murder, She Wrote, she looked pretty old.
Yeah, I remember watching that in the 80s with my grandmother, and because I was 5 or 6 or 7 then, so that's 35 some years ago. And she was old then. She was. Hold on, I gotta look her up and see it.
Yeah. I'd say she's 96. I'm gonna take a stab. Yeah, you know what? I didn't look it up. I'm just sitting here and.
Okay, I haven't looked either. So what are we gonna guess, Chuck? You say 96. I'm gonna go 94.
All right.
Yeah, I'd say around in the 90s.
What do you got, Eddie? What are you thinking, Eddie?
I would say 96.
Okay, we got 96 and 94. Let's see. The drum roll, the 96.
Oh, there you go.
I told you.
She was born October 16th, 1925.
Oh, my goodness.
Good for her, still kicking. Let's Dick Van Dyke, because you said Dick Van Dyke's still around?
I think he's 96, right?
Maybe 95, maybe 96, somewhere in that area. I don't know exactly.
Yeah,
I'd say with him a little bit younger, maybe 95. I don't know, somewhere in that area.
He's 96 as well.
96.
December 13th, 1925.
Yeah. You know what? The whole cast is dead from the Dick Van Dyke Show. Jerry
Mary Tyler Moore.
Right, Jerry Paris, Mary Tyler Moore,
Buddy Hackett.
Buddy Hackett. Yeah, they're all.
What was his name, Buddy?
Oh, Buddy Sorrell.
Yeah.
That was Maury Amsterdam.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're all gone.
Wow, that's crazy.
Rosemary, right?
Rosemary. Yeah.
Wow.
But that was a
good show.
That was a good show. That was a very, very funny show.
It always makes me wonder how some of these people live, that old, and some you see die and they're perfectly healthy and they die in their 60s and 70s. It's like, somebody's up there on the other side, man, pulling cards, and when it's your time, man, you go.
Yeah.
No matter how healthy or unhealthy you are.
Oh yeah, we just seen something the other day about Luke Perry. He was only 51 or 52 when he died. Yeah, that's a shame. He had a stroke.
Wow.
Yeah, it's
speaking of the other side, my wife went to visit a psychic last week. And she went with a friend of hers from work, and I tell you what, I'm a believer in that stuff, but I'm very cautious.
Oh yeah.
These people, because there's a lot of fraudsters out there.
There's a lot of frauds, yeah.
So I asked my wife about this, and she said her friend made the appointment for her, and all the lady does is she takes your first name and your phone number, and that's it. When you get there, you pay her, you sit with her, and then she starts talking. She's like a psychic medium.
Mm-hmm.
So my wife's friend came. She went in first, and my wife was waiting, and her friend came out crying, and she goes, I can't believe, she goes, everything, she told me, she's true. She knew stuff that only I know, this and that. And so my wife's like, oh, okay. So she went in, and here, this psychic lady told my wife stuff that only things that me and my wife know.
Yeah.
She, first, told her, I see that you're surrounded by a lot of dogs and a lot of cats, and their ashes. Well, we had a lot of dogs in the past. I think we had 7 that have passed away, and we have their ashes, and it's, my wife keeps them in her workroom. But what nobody else knows besides me and my wife is that she also has 3 cats with ashes, because she had found some cats, hit by a car or something on the side of the road, and took them to the vet and got euthanized, and she got them cremated and kept the ashes, out of respect for the animal.
Oh, wow.
Not a lot of people know that. So, that was interesting. But what I found was really interesting is that, my wife they're talking and all that. And she goes, hold on. She goes, there's a guy in here that was just here with the lady before you. She's like, do you guys know each other? And my wife's like, yeah, we're friends. And she goes, okay. She goes, the guy on the other side, she said his name, which was the first lady's ex-husband who had just died. And she's like, he wants to say thank you for taking care of my wife. Well, nobody knew that about a year ago, when her friend was going through like a divorce, we had took her into the house for about 2 months, so she lived with us.
Oh, that was nice, you guys.
Back on her feet.
Nice.
So really, nobody knew that. This lady wouldn't know that. So there was a lot of things that she said that people wouldn't know. And all. I said I might have to get a reading and see what's said. It sounded really cool.
Wow. Hey, you mentioned about the animals. If anybody buys our house, Joe, this is like a pet cemetery. I mean,
we didn't get them cremated. We actually buried them out there.
Oh my God, I got dogs, rabbits. One of my sons had a rat named Steven. He's out there. I mean, it's just ridiculous.
Guinea pigs.
Guinea pigs. I mean,
yeah, that's how my parents' house is like that. They just recently started doing the cremation, but just in the past, anytime we had fish, they always went down the toilet. Dogs died. My dad would bury them in the garden because he said it's always good for the fertilizer.
Yeah.
Hey, I tried stuffing a dog down the toilet. It doesn't work.
Oh,
But I you know what? I got a hole digger. I put stockade fences up around their house, and whenever an animal dies, I'm out there digging holes all the time.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
I've done that at I have a tree out front of my house where I have 2 bird feeders on there, and then I have this real small looks like a picnic table with a hole in it and a cup that I put peanuts in there for the squirrels.
Oh, that's nice.
So every morning it's like a party out there because I get off work at 6 and I put the feed out, and by 6:01 there you got squirrels, rabbits, tons of birds. But anytime I've ever found like a bird or squirrel dead around the house, I always bury them, under the tree over there. So I've got my own little pet cemetery under my front tree.
Oh yeah.
Chuck, what is the name of those cards again?
Oh yeah. Here, let me get them. I got them right here. Let's see. I could actually snap a picture too, and put it on the forum. Screams at midnight. Playing cards.
Screams at midnight. Yeah, I was trying to look it up and I couldn't see them.
Yeah, if you go on their website, you know what? Go to Google because I'm not exactly sure if it's Abbott's.com or what. But if you search on Google, Abbott's Magic Company in Colon, Michigan. You know what? And that's kind of cute because it's in Colon, Michigan. Back when Cheri and I went to the convention there a few years back, they sell T-shirts. It says "Passing Through Colon." It's like oh, is it funny, man? You come up with so many play on words.
Are these the ones that does the back cover have like an eye on it?
Yeah, exactly. There's an eyeball.
Those are really cool.
Yeah. There's an eyeball, and there's a picture of the 3D glasses. One lens is blue, one is red. And but yeah, you know what? It's actually pretty cool. You know what? If anybody purchase it, make sure you mention my name because the owner knows me, Greg Bordner. And I'll tell you what, it's a quality deck. It glides real good too. They fan real good. It's not a El Cheapo type of a deck.
So if I say Chuck Caputo sent me, he's not going to say, okay, triple the amount of money.
Yeah, I was just thinking they'll probably double it.
Stay in PA.
But you know what? I pop on their site every once in a while because you know what? It's like probably the oldest magic company, probably in the United States, if not the world. I mean, it was started by Percy Abbott back in the 20s, I guess.
Is that his father or grandfather?
No, I don't think it was a relation. Cecil Bordner, his dad.
What's the name of their site?
It's Abbott's Magic. Okay, but I would Google it, say website for Abbott's Magic because it might be spelled a little different.
ABBOTT.
Yeah, Abbott's Magic Company in Colon, Michigan.
Colon, Michigan. I love that. That's so great.
Oh man, it is funny. But I tell you what, we went there a few years back, just before COVID, 2019, just before COVID hit. It was so much fun. Oh.
Yeah,
Colon, Michigan.
And I was a GI nurse at the time too.
Yeah, she was a GI
nurse. It's perfect.
So you fit right in Colon.
I did.
Bing.
Yeah, it was a crappy situation.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's great. There's a lot of jokes we could go with that.
Oh, yeah.
But it's a lot of fun down there. You know what? It was a whole week of magic and magic shows and magic dealers, and
we met a lot of nice people.
A lot of very nice people. You know what? And quite a few people recognized me from the videos and so forth. So that was kind of cool.
Good.
Yeah, it was fun.
You
sign any autographs?
No, I didn't do it. But yeah, we did stay at a hotel. It's a little town and there's no hotels in there at all. So we went to,
what was that called? It was Indiana, right next door.
Yeah, like it actually borders 3 states. Like if you drive literally 20 minutes, you're in another state. And I think we stayed at like a Holiday Inn Express or something.
Sturgis.
Well, Sturgis is the next town over. I can't remember, but it actually bordered
Amish people.
Yeah, a lot of Amish.
That was riding their carts up and down the roads. Yeah, it was neat to see.
Nice, really cool, man.
They even come into town and they ask if you want to take a ride, but we didn't.
You know what? I watch too much ID. You know what? I'm always worried someone's going to conk me on the head and throw my body in a cornfield. I don't know.
I'm looking at their page on their About Us, and apparently they've been in business since 1934.
1934, okay.
Yeah, and they do they actually have their whole company's Abbott's Magic Company, and they have it looks like they have 50,000 square feet, and they have business offices, printing department, art department, silk dyeing, computer room, sewing, stock room, paint shop, demonstration stage, and magic theater. So they're like a one-stop shop for all this stuff.
Oh yeah, you know what? I've been using a lot of their props for years. I mean, it's they're very durable, and I use a lot of Mac Magic, from Columbus, Ohio. Which I don't think they still manufacture their magic out in Columbus, but that was by UF Grant. You know what? If there's any magicians out there, they would know what I'm talking about.
Where's that Abbott's Magic Company at again?
It's in Colon, Michigan. It's on St. Joseph Street, I think they call it, but it's like the only place around there. I mean, it's like in the middle of nowhere.
There's 2 other magic shops too.
Yeah, there's actually 2 other magic shops that came in there. One is Fab Magic, and the other one is
with Rick
Fisher, and the other one is Sterlini Magic, John Sterlini.
Yeah, and his wife Tamara.
Yeah,
they have a really nice stage in there as well.
Yeah, you know what?
She sings, and
he's an excellent magician.
Yeah, they do an awesome act.
Yeah. Hey, if anybody ever wants to go there, if you like magic, or if you're even like a novice or getting into magic or whatever, I would highly recommend doing this. It's about 5 days, isn't it? Maybe.
I think so, and they have lectures and all kinds of things.
Yeah, really cool.
Right in downtown Colon, Michigan.
Just passing through Colon.
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome, man. Yeah, that looks like a pretty cool place to go. And before we get any further, we got to do our I want to put out our homework movies for the week.
All right.
Here. And this one's going to kind of go with our theme today of like just a grab bag up for whatever you want to do, but it's going to have a little theme, and the theme is Ray Harryhausen.
All right.
Ray Harryhausen. So you could pick any movie that Ray Harryhausen had his hands in doing his, stop motion animation. So you have Mighty Joe Young, you have A Beast from 20,000 Fathoms. It Came from Beneath the Sea, Earth versus the Flying Saucers, a 1956 classic, 20 Million Miles to Earth. You have the Sinbad movies, the Gulliver movies, Mysterious Island, Jason and the Argonauts, 1 Million BC, Valley of Gwangi, Clash of the Titans, all those great sand and sword movies, some sci-fi ones. So there's a ton to pick from there. So this is a perfect opportunity for someone out there who really hasn't dug into some Ray Harryhausen in a while or has been wanting to. Now's your opportunity. Grab one of his movies and check him out. And we want to hear from you guys on the forum site at houseoftheunusual.com. Let us know what movie you watched and if you liked it or not. And Chuck, Cheri, and Eddie, we're going to be waiting to see what you guys picked, if anything. So,
wow. Okay. It sounds like he made a lot of movies. There's quite a list there you read off. Wow.
Yeah, he had his hand in a lot of stuff, a lot of more sci-fi and fantasy stuff. There really wasn't. I wouldn't really categorize any of the stuff as horror, but sci-fi and fantasy definitely. A lot of like 60s and 70s sand and what would you call it? Sandal and sword type movies, but they're all fantastic. And I had a chance this past Monster Bash in June. They had quite a few Harryhausen movies playing, and it was like I was like, why haven't I revisited these in such a long time? Because his stop motion animation is just out of this world. I mean, it actually brings these characters to life, and you're drawn into the movie on that. You're like, wow, there's this actual minotaur or skeletons walking around, and you're like, this is just crazy that this was going on in the 60s and 70s, and it looks better than most of the crap that's put out today with computers.
Yeah, really. Wow, that sounds interesting. We'll definitely check out we'll select one of his movies. I think Cheri's looking it up right now online.
Yeah, so Ray Harry. So everyone out there, Ray Harryhausen, definitely check out some of his movies. And I tell you, I guarantee you're going to find one, and you're going to be addicted, and you're going to want a few more of them.
Wow, cool. Yeah.
There's one that I can't really watch it too much because I get kind of sad at the end of it. And it's 20 Million Miles to Earth, and there's this little what the heck is he called? Oh, it's called a. I'm looking online here. He's like a little lizard type monster, but when he gets to Earth, the oxygen makes him a lot larger.
Mm-hmm.
So it's he's called the I think it's pronounced Ymir, Ymir or Emir, however it's said.
Mm-hmm.
But he's he doesn't want to be bad. He's just he's from, I think it's Mars, and he's very tiny on Mars, but when he gets to our oxygen, on Earth, he becomes very large, and he's just he's a large reptile. So he doesn't want to be bad. He doesn't want to ruin things, and they end up of course dispatching him at the end, and it's very sad, but it's a good movie. Lot of good animation in it.
Nice. So. Is there any goons from the Black Lagoon in there?
No goons from the Black Lagoon.
You know something funny, when Dr. Boyadin said something like that was the worst movie. What a backlash he got.
On which one? The Creature?
Yeah, The Creature. A lot of people take The Creature very serious,
that's a classic.
And to call him the goon from the Black Lagoon.
Yeah, you might get us for that one, Cheri.
And all hate there to Cheri Caputo.
I love that monster.
Yeah, that's a good look. That's a good looking monster. I always thought he was a good looking monster.
Cool.
Yeah, you have two classes of people out there. They either love The Creature or they hate it, and
I love it.
I tell you what, out of any of the monsters, The Creature has, like Eddie said, has the hardest following. They are hardcore fanatics.
Yeah,
that's right, and they pay a lot of price for the things that are out there. It's crazy.
Yeah. Some of you put a Creature on some of the stuff, man, and it goes for a good amount, man. More so than you would see like the Mummy or Dracula or anything else like that. Creature's people love it, and they're good movies, for what they are for that time period. And
absolutely. Yeah, it was cool. Yeah. Hey, if we ever get Carolyn Monroe on there, that Eddie knows her, what, we should all watch Dr. Phibes, prior to her coming on. That's like one of my favorite movies.
Yeah, it is.
I love the first one's excellent, but the second one's okay. But the Abominable Dr. Phibes is the first one. It is so cool.
Yeah. Did Cheri watch that with you?
Yeah, I've watched it.
Yeah, she did. She did. Yeah, Victoria.
Victoria, they will pay for what they did to you.
Yeah, I love that. I love that movie. You know what? I actually saw it live in 1970 when I was a kid.
Did you?
It scared the crap out of me.
Wow.
Yeah, my sister took me to the drive-in to see it, and that movie stuck in my head, man.
You know which one's really similar to that? The House of Wax by Vincent Price too.
Oh yeah.
It's a similar. Did you ever see that, Joe?
Oh yeah. Yeah, great movie. Yeah,
all those movies. I mean, you can take a whole night and watching. Vincent Price is a great actor, man. You can the Bat. Like if you get the Bat in color or the House on Haunted Hill in color,
it's beautiful.
It's really nice. They did a really good job in that. But the House of Wax and then the Alias Dr. Phibes. And what I like about him, he's always got like the thing like Victoria, where they will pay. The same thing with the House of Wax, they will pay.
Oh yeah, Joseph Cotton played one of the doctors, and so Dr. Phibes took his son and he inserted a key, like down near his sternum, and so he was unconscious. And so Dr. Phibes, Vincent Price says, you have to operate on him, but there's only so much time until this acid comes down on them,
Oh my.
And so Joseph Cotton goes, Dr. Phibes, I'm going to kill you, and so Vincent Price goes, I'm already dead, and he pulls his mask off, and he got this horribly burned up face. I remember I almost had a heart attack when I was a kid.
I'm going to tell you guys, there's a newer film that I think they copied from Dr. Phibes a little bit. But if you guys haven't watched it, man, I challenge you guys to watch this film. It's called Dark Man.
I haven't seen that in years.
Well, that sure sounds familiar. Who's the actor in there?
Came out in the 90s, I believe.
Is that Liam Neeson?
No.
Okay, I'm thinking of something.
I'm looking it up now. I believe it was like around 90 or 91. 1990. It was a Sam Raimi movie.
Okay.
Yeah, Liam Neeson starred in it.
There you go.
He was Darkman, Dr. Peyton Westlake.
I thought that was it. Yeah, that was good.
I love Liam.
Yeah,
that was Liam. Really?
Yeah.
That would have been him. What? So that was how many years ago? 32. He would have been
I thought that was him. Yeah.
What, in his 40s then?
Yeah. I recognize his nose.
We're gonna have to watch that.
Yeah.
That looks good.
I'm gonna have to revisit that. I haven't seen that probably since the 90s.
Yeah.
But you know what, Eddie, you brought up a good subject that I want to ask you guys on this. We'll start, about black and whites where they where they colorize them. Do you generally enjoy black and white movies that are colorized?
Who are you asking me that question? Or
yeah, I'm asking you, Eddie.
Well, I'll tell you what, Joe. This is kind of like it's kind of like a catch-22 here because what you gave me, and I'll tell you why. Because The House on Haunted Hill is phenomenal in black and white, but I did appreciate the color as well. Okay. It's tough to say. I kind of like the black and white, and the reason for it is like the one you told me to watch today, The House on the dark house and stuff, which was a phenomenal
dark house.
The old dark house.
Yeah.
But at the same time, when they colorize some of them, like say for example, when you see The House on Haunted Hill colorized, it kind of puts you in a predicament because you don't really know which one you like more.
Yeah. Well, like something like now, do you think the old dark house? Do you think colorizing that would take away from the
I think they should leave it. I think they should leave that alone. Yeah.
I think they would because what makes the old dark house kind of cool is the fact that it looks like it's a castle from 1,000 years ago. It's like, it's awesome.
About a year ago I saw online they had it in, I think it was 10 parts, was the someone had colorized the original 1931 Dracula. Mm-hmm. And well, they did a fantastic job colorizing it. It wasn't the same. It just didn't feel like the movie. And I think because, the directors and everything at the time knew how to work everything with, the black and white. If they knew they were doing color, I think they would have darkened, some areas and made it a little bit more spooky. But, I'm interested in seeing House on Haunted Hill in color just to.
I thought that, I thought they did a good job. I kind of agree with Eddie. They did a good job on that. Most things should be left alone, but House on Haunted Hill, they really did a good job on there. It was really cool.
Yeah, I just watched the original black and white over at Monster Bash. And that was the first time I've seen it in probably 15 years or so. But I would like to check out the color. If you guys say it's good, maybe I'll try to check it out this weekend.
Yeah, certain things should be left alone. Like, if we get back to like the Twilight Zones, if you try to colorize those, that's a shame because that whole series has its charm in black and white.
And that's the same with Our Gang and the Little Rascals. I've seen, I watch them on Pluto TV when they're on. And most of the time they're colorized, and while they do a great job colorizing it, whoever's doing it, it just kind of takes away from the charm of that show from the 30s and 40s. I'd rather see it in black and white, than colorized. But I did catch a few of them in color, just because I wanted to see, kind of compare it, and it's not the same. Yeah.
No, I think I did mention on the last podcast or possibly the one before that they did colorize Night of the Living Dead. Now, you know what? That was such bad quality. You couldn't even hardly see it. So, yeah.
I couldn't. I think I made it 5 minutes in and I said, no, I'm not doing that.
Yeah, it was just so dark. You couldn't tell anything. But I'll tell you what, they colorized it and they put it through some kind of a cleanup. And I'll tell you what, it's really good.
I couldn't watch it colorized. It just, because I was watching, I think a few times I was trying to catch it during Halloween. It was on TV. And every time I go, it was colorized. I said, no, I tried. Yeah. It's not the same.
It's not the same. Yeah.
No, I just some of them need to stay black and white. What's that?
That's the sound it makes.
What is that?
That's Eddie.
Is that a Eddie?
That's Eddie coughing up a fur ball.
Yeah.
About this one.
Sounds like a duck.
That's a stupid comic page, man.
Oh, nice.
I had to press the button. Now, you got, if you haven't watched it, watch the color version and also watch the bat in color. It's the same thing. It's a phenomenal film in color. But I think, I don't know, you guys watched Darkman. You blew me away that it was Liam Nielsen. I had forgotten that, but there was a second part to it, and I believe a third part as well.
Yeah, they had. I believe there was three. I believe there was three movies altogether. Let me look at this now. I'm gonna look at it now online.
Yeah, but he says, "I am Dark Man."
I am Dark Man. Yeah,
I love that.
Yeah.
I didn't watch that. I have to see.
I saw parts of it years ago. Yeah,
it's been so long since I've seen it because I believe there was a comic book too that.
There is. I have all three films. I have them in because I really enjoyed the film. And you know what? I think when you look at all that, Joe, I think all those films they copied that probably from the Phantom of the Opera because it's kind of like the same thing. The face is disfigured. Do you guys remember what was it? The Elephant Man or something? The black and white film. He says, "I am a human."
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
An animal.
Yeah, that was a great movie. That was a really good movie.
Yeah, that was so cool. The way he says that.
Yeah.
Anthony, I'm not an animal.
Anthony Hopkins. You know what? The Doctor was played by Anthony Hopkins in there. He's a good actor. I always liked Anthony Hopkins. You know, if you trace him back to Magic, where he played the magician / ventriloquist, that came out in 1979, I believe. That was an excellent movie. Yeah, it's really good.
And you know which is a really good actor too that I know you guys are going to agree with me? Carradine, the original, the father, not the.
Oh yeah, John Carradine. Yeah.
Oh my God, that guy is phenomenal too, man.
Yeah, he's real good.
He was really good in his films.
Yeah.
I tell you what, I'm gonna have to. I'm looking at this Dark Man. I'm like getting excited because I haven't seen this for so long. I might have to try to watch this.
It's such a good film. I loved it, man.
And there's for anyone out there, there's Dark Man 2, The Return of Durant, and then that's 1995, and then Dark Man 3, Dark Man Die from 1996, and then both of the sequels. Let's see, what's his name? Arnold Vosloo plays Dark Man in the second and third one.
Mm-hmm.
They're not as good as the first, but the cover art for it is phenomenal.
Yeah, it looks fantastic. And I was reading too. It says, you know, because the first one was done by Sam Raimi, and he had actually tried to secure the rights to The Shadow, but was unable to do so. But I would have loved to seen a Shadow by Sam Raimi. I think that would be cool.
Yeah.
That would be. And you know another thing I want to tell you. I don't know if you guys remember. There was a modern day Invisible Man. In fact, there's like 2 or 3 different Invisible Man films. Yeah. But they are with a different name. I know one of them, it was really a really good film. I think the guy kind of like dies but those films.
Kevin Bacon did one a couple years ago, and then there was a recent one, maybe a year ago or so, that came out.
We saw that.
Yeah.
At the movies.
Yeah.
We saw that one.
Yeah, we saw that. That was kind of cool.
Was it any good? Because I kind of passed it up. I didn't.
I did too.
I don't know.
I can remember. I thought it was pretty good. Did you think so?
Yeah, I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Was it called The Invisible Man?
I believe it was, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, they had cool graphics. I mean, with the technology we have now, though, I remember. But it was neat. Yeah, I thought it was pretty good.
It was called The Invisible Man from came out in 2020.
2020, yeah.
In 2020. You know what? I missed that. I didn't. Mm-hmm. But what about the one I'm talking about? Joe, I think it looks something like a watery kind of invisibility, like the image is like watery.
I do remember something about that.
What was the name of that?
That film? Was the was that the one with Kevin Bacon in it? Because he was like underwater at one point.
Maybe.
Yes, I think so.
Maybe it was.
Yes. What was the name of that film, Joe?
Hollow Man.
That's
Hollow
it.
Man.
That's it.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, Hollow Man. Yeah, I thought it was. I was thinking Invisible Man, but yeah, it was Hollow Man. It was based off of H.G. Wells' Invisible Man, but yeah, they had a different name.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one part where he went underwater and it showed the water going on him, and he looked almost like when the Predator turns invisible. He had that kind of look.
Yeah. Elizabeth Shoes in there too.
Yeah.
Kevin Bacon.
I love H.G. Wells. Yeah, him and Jules Verne are my favorite authors. I think I've read everything from them. They're those books really put you like into another world when you read them. They're unbelievable.
Yeah, a lot of. I tell you what, there's not enough time in the day for any of this stuff. The other night I was watching a YouTube video, and the guy was talking about classic science fiction authors, and I'm like, man, I have all those books. I was like, I would really love to just start digging into them. And it's like, I got to do this, and this.
There's you know what? There's not a lot of time in the day. You know what? Like, I go through spurts, Joe. Like, I'll read like 10 books, and then I won't touch another book for 6 months. I'll read 10 more. You know, it's weird, but I'll go through spurts like that.
Yeah, I get into spurts with different genres. You know, right now I've been in like a alternate history, conspiracy type genre reading, and you know, classic horror stuff. I'm reading like a biography on Bela Lugosi now.
Yeah.
And, you know, I go in spurts where it's like, okay, now I want to read, you know, fantasy or science fiction. Right. And right now I want to read some, you know, 30s and 40s or earlier science fiction stuff. And, I go through those spurts too. And sometimes it's real annoying.
Yeah. I don't know why I do that. Hey, but getting back to Liam Neeson, I think I read he's retiring. I don't know if he's in bad health. I don't know, but I think I read he's retiring, you know.
Oh, really? Well, you say he's what, 70 years old? He's
not real
take
old.
It easy.
Yeah, and Bruce Willis, of course, he's in bad health. He has an issue. He has some type of a medical condition, but he's retiring also. You know. Wow. Yeah, that's a shame.
Yeah, he's going to be done. I tell you, like I said, you know, someone pulls your card on the other side. That's it.
You know, one thing about Liam Neeson, I always tough time pronouncing that name. One thing about him though is his films are phenomenal, especially Taken and all that. But
yes,
I've watched 1 or 2 films of his that I remember one that I watched and I'm like, what the hell was that film about? And that was like about a month or 2 ago. And I'm watching this film and it's the weirdest film and it has like no meaning. And I'm like, that was like, why did I even sit through that film?
It's probably one of those just popcorn action movies where you just let your brain wander and just watch the violence.
Was it, Eddie, was it the one called The Other Man?
I think so.
Chess?
Yeah, I think
with that other man that I think his wife was having an affair with, or something. It was a weird movie.
It was weird, and it just didn't make sense.
Yeah.
And then you know where he's got the one in the plane where he has to get off the plane or the rail. I mean, those are good, but that one and the one that's the tombstone among the tombstones. That one I didn't like the film at all either. You know.
Yeah.
A walk among the tombstones.
Yeah, I think I did watch that one. Did we? Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
But the ones I like are the Taken ones, you know.
Oh, yeah. Those
he goes, I will find you and I will kill you.
I like the way he goes, I have some technical skills that will make me very dangerous for a man like you.
And he made how many of those Taken movies? I said, what's the next one? Someone takes his dog? Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I have a question for both of you guys. A question. What about if you have a choice between Taken and the Bourne, you know, like Bourne Supremacy, Bourne, which one would you choose? Jason Bourne or Taken?
Taken.
Yeah, probably Taken. Yeah.
What about you, Joe?
I have never seen any of the Bourne movies.
No way, Joe.
Never seen any of them, and I seen Taken once, and I didn't really care for it. So I'm gonna go with answer C. None of the above.
None of the above. There you go.
Break my heart.
I'm not a big Matt Dillon fan, or that's his name, right? Matt Dillon.
Yeah.
I think.
From Bourne. Is that what it is?
Yeah.
I don't even know.
No, it's not. Isn't Matt Dillon? No, I don't think it's Matt. What is he?
Let me see.
Yeah. I thought it was something. Let me see.
Cheri's looking it up.
Bourne is a good film, man. I mean, I love those action. It's kind of like, do you remember the one with Arnold Schwarzenegger where they take his memory or they take his
Matt Damon.
Yeah, it is Matt Damon. It is Matt Damon. Yep.
Yeah, what did I say? Matt Dillon or something? Matt Damon. I was
one of those Matts.
I was not really a big fan of him. I liked him in Good Will Hunting. I thought he played a good character there, but I was never a fan of his, so I never watched the films. And I heard they're excellent. I do want to get around to watch them.
Hey, if you guys want to see a good Liam Neeson movie, okay, this is a good one. It's called The Haunting. And it's a remake of the 1964 one, I believe, that was in black and white. But this is 1999. It's called The Haunting. It is so cool. You know what? He plays a psychologist that gets these people to go to a supposed haunted castle. You know, and it's just really good. What's his name is on there too?
I could see his face.
Owen Wilson.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Catherine Zeta.
Catherine Zeta-Jones. It's called The Haunting. That's one
Hey
of my
guys,
favorite
we
movies.
have about a minute here, but yeah, that was a great movie, The Haunting. I actually bought it on DVD when it came out because I loved it so much. But we're gonna have to wrap it up here. Time flew by. I want to thank everybody out there for joining us on this podcast. Whatever platform you're on, please subscribe to us. Give us a great review. Also, check us out on YouTube, House of the Unusual. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Eddie and Chuck always have some great videos coming out there. And also, we have our flagship site, houseoftheunusual.com. We have a free forum there, and we have links to the podcast, eBay store, all that good stuff. And that's where you could mostly find everything and go from there. But yeah, thank you everyone for joining us. Catch us every week. Chuck, Cheri, Eddie, thank you for joining us. Great conversation. Right. I mean, time flew by. We have to do some more of these grab bag type episodes. But yeah, guys, hey, everyone out there, have a great week, and we will see you next time. Good night.
God bless, guys.
God bless.
Bye now.